Back in your lives again. I'm Monster Mike.
Nino for 3.
We the cool kids from the back of the bus. What's going on, bro? How your week been?
Man, my week's been crazy. I was scrolling through Instagram one day, and you got your bad bitches, you got Sports Center, and then I stumbled across this animal page. You wanna know the real reason why giraffes got long necks?
Why is that?
What's good with it?
Back in your lives again on this late ass Friday night. I'm Monster Mike.
I'm Nino for 3.
We the cool kids from the back of the bus.
Yes, sir.
Gang.
So, we can get y'all kicked off with a fact of the day. Hey, this week's fact of the day is actually very interesting. So listen to this. Flowers like Viagra. Here's a funny fact. If you put some Viagra in a vase, it will make flowers stand up straight for a week beyond when they would normally wilt, according to one study conducted by Israeli and Australian researchers. So, that lets you know that shit's credible.
And building off of that brings us into our first sponsor today. Y'all heard me say it before. Y'all gonna hear me say it again. Shout out to the motherfuckers at Blue Chew. Fellas, check me out. If you want your flowers to be perked up for a little bit longer than what they supposed to, just like them flowers, dog, go to bluechew.com. I'm trying to tell you, it come in discreet packaging. So y'all motherfuckers, ain't nobody gonna know that you getting your motherfucking dick game up. Your wife ain't even gonna know. Your lady ain't gonna know. Whether you whatever type of shit you into, ain't nobody gonna know that you working on your dick game, man. You stepping your shit up, man. Your flowers gonna be up a little bit longer. You be stabbing and poking and stabbing all motherfucking night long.
Flowers gonna be up. Brownie points gonna be up for your girl. Like, bro, it's great all around.
It's like bringing a whole new piece to the bedroom out here, cuz you bringing a whole new piece. You a new man.
You got a discount code?
Hey, bluechew.com/backofthebus pod gets you 20% off the motherfucker. Get your dick game up, fellas, man.
I better take advantage of that offer, yo. Take advantage of that offer.
Take advantage, because at the end of the day, it's a steal for real. And we looking out for y'all. So support the pod. Go to Blue Chew. Get your shit right. Do what you gotta do, dog. That's it. That's all it boils down to.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
So with that being said, after the fact of that, it was a great segue for that Blue Chew ad.
Hey, man.
It was hand in hand.
Blue Chew, man, they a part of the gang for real, man. Like, supporting brothers of all ages.
Yep.
I don't use it personally. I heard a lot of accounts on what it does and how it does. It works faster than Viagra. You pop it in, you chew on it. You're gonna have the blue tongue for a little second, you know what I'm saying? But it don't matter whenever your motherfucking girl ass up in the air. It ain't gonna matter. It ain't gonna matter. Cause by the time you done, cause Blue Chew gonna have you in there for a long time. So by the time you done, your shit ain't gonna be blue no more. And guess what? Everybody gonna be pleased at the end of the day.
Some girls don't like that long time shit though. They just be like, when you gonna be done?
Yeah, some of them be tapping out of there early.
Yeah. But hey, we ain't gonna talk about that part of it. So.
Yeah, we ain't gonna get into that.
So our next topic of the pod, keeping our normal scheduling, we're gonna talk about the Cowboys a little bit. So in recent news, Dak wants more money from the Cowboys. He's requesting $45 million for a contract.
North of 45.
But he was offered around $35 million.
Yeah, I think it was something like 5 years, $175 million, and he wants $45 million a year, which would obviously and easily make him the most paid player, highest paid player of all time.
And to just so y'all know, that's higher than Drew Brees, higher than Tom Brady. We're talking about the GOATs here, like
the greatest.
And he's asking for more. Me being a Cowboys fan, it's very shocking and baffling to hear this from Dak Prescott, a quarterback like him, ask for all this damn money when honestly he's not worth it. Like he's honestly, that's my take on it. I don't think he's worth as much as he's asking right now, but he's gonna have to prove it to me.
And my thing with him doing all that extra shit, asking for all that extra money, it's like, dude, to be honest, let's say you keep getting franchise tagged so you can end up, playing to your potential, what you believe that you're worth. What happens when you blow that ACL out, or you tear that Achilles, or you hurt your throwing shoulder, and then guess what? You can't get back to form, or it's taking you a little bit longer. All it takes is one blown ACL, and not only are you not getting the money that you want, you're not going to get the money that they were offering you in the first place, just because you were being greedy and all that shit in the beginning. So it's like, man, you gotta take your L's. I mean, $35 million, 5 years, $175 million with a whole bunch of guaranteed money. That's job security there.
I'd be damned.
And you throwing all that job security away just because you want extra money, you want more money. So it's like, man, beggars can't be choosers, motherfucker. At the end of the day,
don't make sense, man. Don't make sense.
So I don't know, dog. That's your team, though. So go ahead and elaborate on your team a little bit more. I ain't gonna speak on it too much because I ain't got nothing nice to say.
I mean,
and you know what Mama said.
I mean, yeah, he's a Ravens fan. Monster Mike is a Ravens fan, but
all day, big trust, baby.
Outside of that, man, like my take on it in terms of just like any player, just like pursuing the bag. Go for it. Pursue that money. Get the money, but. Don't get me wrong, you better play up to that potential. Like, if you're going to ask for all this money, you better be worth a damn to play that good. Because, like, they just going to laugh at you if not. Like, if Dak is here asks for all this money, go ahead and lay an egg this coming season, which I highly doubt and hope not. They're going to laugh at his ass. And he's going to be, like, literally the fucking laughing stock of the whole ESPN programming. The fact that they put on SportsCenter, like, 5 hours in a row.
Stephen A. going to kill him.
Hell yeah. He hates the Cowboys. So, I mean, I don't want us to go ahead and just, like, kind of walk right into this slander because Dak is over here asking for all this bread, but he's not the quarterback that deserves all of the bread. That's the only thing. That's the only concern coming from me being a Cowboys fan. I love Dak to the core. I love him. He's a great quarterback. He's not $45 million right now. He's not. He's inaccurate.
Okay. I mean, I can understand, you wanting all that money after coming off a Super Bowl victory. But it's like when you're going 8-8, or you might win one playoff game in 4 years.
And you can't win a conference championship in the weakest damn division or division championship. Like,
and not only that, you have one of arguably the best offensive line in the league, arguably the best running back in the league. And you got some pretty solid receivers, and you go 8-8 or 9-7, and you can barely win your division.
We're gonna be straight.
And then you ask for $45 million after that. It's like, come on, man. I don't know. You give us the best offensive line, we'll show you what's going on. You see what Lamar did last year. Right. We're gonna bring it back to Baltimore.
All right.
Second year quarterback, man.
Okay.
He was top 3 in the league in every single passing category last season, and he's a running back that's playing quarterback.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
So I mean, let's be real.
I've always liked Lamar though. Lamar, like the type of swag he has on the field too, and off of the field. And did you see the video recently about Tom Brady put up a thing? It was like, yeah, I'll race you, but the only thing is, Lamar Jackson, you got to wear rollerblades
on grass.
It was a 40-yard dash.
Yeah. Rollerblades on grass against Tom Brady running normal. And the bad part about it, Lamar will probably still win.
Yeah, Lamar was pretty. He was pretty he was unbiased about it. He was like, yeah, Tom, he still got a little left in his tank. That's gonna be tough. But
see, the thing with Lamar, man, like he puts up all those numbers and he has all these electrifying plays. But like, if you listen to him talk every single interview, like he's the most humble dude in the whole locker room. But he also is like the sickest mug in the whole locker room, which is ridiculous. So shout out to that young dude. He in his second year, going into his third now. We going places with him. 14-2 last year. I don't see us doing that good this year, but I see us still being at the top of the heap, and we're gonna see where we go.
We'll see you on the championship.
I mean, hey, Super Bowl, we're gonna be here, and guess what?
And we will be there as well.
It'll be a hell of a time if both of us make it. Yeah, I will say that.
It'll be a hell of a win for the Cowboys.
Me and you ain't gonna talk that whole goddamn week. And I'm pulling up.
Facts.
I'm pulling up to the crib.
I don't even care. I'll be sitting on that couch over there. You sit over there. I'm like opposite side of the room, bro. You good.
Don't let us score neither, because I'm popping off.
So we're gonna go ahead and go to our next our next topic here.
Big tries. Don't forget.
So, I mean, we're not gonna go right into the Jordan doc yet, but we're just gonna talk about documentaries in general.
ESPN got some shit coming up for us out there, ladies and gentlemen.
To name a few, we got like Bruce Lee.
Cannot wait. Cannot wait.
Tom Brady might have one coming out soon. Like this documentary stuff and how ESPN's really been zoning in on like life that like those shots that we don't see on ESPN or like all those other like TV outlets is great, and it is good to see like that authenticity between them. So like if you want to go ahead and talk about like even Kobe.
Yeah,
Kobe maybe.
Yeah, apparently Kobe had a film crew following him around, kind of how Jordan had during the Last Dance documentary. So I mean, if they did that, that would be super big time. But I'm gonna start from the jump. What he said first, the Bruce Lee documentary. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how many of you guys out there that follow Bruce Lee, was a fan of Bruce Lee, or believe in what Bruce Lee believed in. But if you look at this Chinese American motherfucker, little dude, 135 pounds, soaking wet.
He's squinting like a motherfucker.
One of the strongest, quickest, most powerful dudes of all time. And not only his physical attributes, but his mental game was next level. He could not be shaken. You could not get under his skin. He was always there as much as he was here.
Them Asian niggas be different, bro.
So shout out to my man Bruce Lee. I cannot wait for that one. That was on there. Apparently Tom Beasley out here getting him a 10-part series how Jordan had it. And regardless if you like Tom Brady or not, real recognize real.
Definitely
and he's
tuning in.
The greatest quarterback of all time. Maybe not the best, but he is the greatest quarterback of all. He is the GOAT when it comes to football. And then, of course, we got Kobe Bean out here, man. We all know how that shit went down. We addressed it before on earlier podcasts. And what would be better than that one? Like, that one will be able to rival Jordan's podcast. I mean, his documentary. And if you want to think about the docs that ESPN been putting out, there's been a lot of shit going down on Netflix and Hulu and all these good TV series and so on and so forth. But that Jordan documentary is the GOAT. Just like Jordan was. This shit is the GOAT. It's unrivaled. It's unmatched. A lot of people, during this quarantine hours, a whole lot of that Tiger King shit and this other shit, whatever. I don't even know what niggas watching. I don't really watch nothing. For real. But that Jordan doc, man, undefeated. Unrivaled by anything.
We can go ahead and just go right into it. You want to touch on Dennis Rodman? And so like this past weekend was the last final 2 episodes. It was episodes 9 and 10.
Legendary.
If you want to talk about Dennis Rodman,
in my opinion,
Monster Mike claimed that Dennis Rodman was the GOAT of the documentary, which is
Dennis Rodman was the real MVP of this documentary. So check me out. And this is just my 2 cents on it. Like, sure, Jordan and all his greatness, of course.
All his airness.
All his airness. But nobody expected to see that side of Dennis Rodman as well. Like, we seen different sides of Jordan, but we seen a different side of Dennis Rodman, and we got a little bit of detail on it. So, you got
Carmen too.
Dennis Rodman, facts. Dennis Rodman dated so many of who we think would be first team all dime pieces.
Oh my gosh.
But he dated them all.
We ain't talk about bench players, bro.
In their prime.
These bitches are starting 5.
Exactly. Starting 5. He dated all time dime pieces.
They all averaging 30.
So this man, Dennis Rodman, right, won the championship. I think it was the 6th championship. Well, the Bulls 6th championship. You just see him sitting there on the couch with the trophy in one arm, Carmen Electra in the other arm, looking as bad as could be. Like I said, again, first team all dime piece, Carmen Electra on his hip. The same one that Jordan walked in on him in the room when she was hiding in the closet and was like, Dennis, get your ass up. It's time to go to practice.
I want to be seen like this.
Not only that, they win game 3 or game 2 of a series. Where does Dennis Rodman go? Not to practice. He's on WWE, WWF, whatever the hell it was at the time, WCW. He's out there wrestling with Hulk Hogan and them, with the NWO, skipping practice.
Easy.
Living his best life on all the coke.
It was NWO by then?
Well, that was what Hulk Hogan's team was, NWO at the time.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know much about wrestling.
Everybody's like, Phil, where's Dennis at? I don't know. And then you turn on your Monday night fucking TV, and he's smacking some dude with a chair and shit on WWF.
That's crazy.
It's like, bro, come on, man. This man, he lived his life like you. He wasn't going to practice if he didn't want to go. He was going to go have his fun. He was going to go to Vegas. He was going to chill. He was going to do all the coke. He was going to smack all the chicken heads out there.
Also with that, bro.
Ridiculous, bro. Legendary.
With being a role player, you know how much of a good-ass role player you got to be to build that trust with your team to be like, oh, yeah, he gone. He going to Vegas for like a weekend and maybe more, but he'll be fine when he get back. You know how much trust you have to, like, that's how good Dennis Rodman was. Once you zone in to what the goal is, and he could just click it on and off. Exactly. And like it's like that's just how he lived. And you had to respect that. I love to go party with girls. I love to go drink, smoke, do whatever. But like when it comes down to it, when like all the cards are, the cards have been dealt. And I need to perform because we're in the playoffs. He performs and he shows up. So
even
I mean, yeah,
after all the bullshit that he did, like he was on WCW, WWF. Like again, I don't know which one it was, but he was on one of the two, and then he missed practice. 2 practices, and then guess who's back at practice, ready to go, giving 110%, guarding Karl Malone and whoever else he was guarding. Grabbing 20 rebounds in a game after missing practice for multiple days. Right. So it's like, I mean, sure, you expect perfection. You expect somebody to be there, but that's not who Dennis was. They accepted who he was, and he knew who he was. He was going to do it regardless if they accepted it or not. And he shows up, and he gives 110% day in and day out. That's all that fucking mattered at the end of the goddamn day, man. You go out, have fun, live your life. Because, I mean, regardless of whether you're a professional basketball player or if you just Joe Schmo on the block and you got a normal job, man, go out, have fun. As long as you do what you're supposed to do at the end of the day, that's all that matters. So be like Dennis Rodman at the end of the day. I ain't saying get all them piercings and do all that funny shit, but that dude was the MVP of the Jordan doc to me. If you think about it, man, because like I said, he had 4 or 5 all-time first-team dime pieces on his hip at any given time while being on the greatest team the NBA's probably ever seen, to be honest. So, come on, dog. I don't know. And then we can also go into who was portrayed as the villain, which kind of surprised me during the Jordan doc, which I thought was Scottie Pippen. And I did read a little thing today, I think it was on Complex, about how mad he is about how he was portrayed during the Last Dance documentary. Which, I mean, he did do some bullshit, but like he shouldn't have been portrayed as the villain. But he also did sub himself out the game because he was mad. He also did he could have had surgery during the off season, but he was like, fuck it, I'm gonna wait till the season start and I'm gonna miss 3 months, let them struggle for a little bit. I mean, he wasn't getting paid, but you also don't leave your brothers behind, you know what I'm saying?
I understand that.
You're supposed to go to war with them guys every day, and you're punishing them because the front office won't pay you. So, I mean, I don't really respect that too much, but I understand at the same time.
And that kind of like, even, I remember we talked about Dak earlier, about asking for more money.
Yeah.
Scottie Pippen was way more deserving of more money compared to like a Dak Prescott. Because, I mean, if you think about what Scottie meant to this Bulls organization compared to what Dak really means right now to the Cowboys organization. Cowboys organization, I'm like, as far as I'm concerned, they're still trying to figure out what Dak means to the Cowboys organization.
This is true.
But with that being said, I think Scottie Pippen, like, he has a pretty good case for why he shouldn't have been, like, for why he sat out and why he thought that he should have been paid way more. I mean, Scottie Pippen was doing things that, like, other NBA teams and general managers like drooled over. They were looking for a player to like literally fit into the same bill as Scottie Pippen. He created the point forward position. Yeah. He could handle the ball. He could rebound, and he could defend your best player.
I was about to say defend 1 through 5.
Yeah,
like even I understand Scottie a little bit more than Dak, just because not only did they have Jordan, who was obviously and easily the best player in the league, but Scottie was also a top 5 player in the league.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, he definitely deserved more money. He shouldn't have been 125th
easy
and getting paid, overall. So I understand that, but this shit happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I apologize for this. Is a little disclaimer for those who viewing the pod. This pod is kind of more geared towards sports, just because that's just kind of all that's been going on in the past week.
Yeah.
But anyway, like we're gonna go further with the Jordan doc. Russell, the guy that
conclude the Jordan
Michael Jordan. This isn't a conclusion because we got a little.
Actually, you know what? Hold on. Before we even get into Russell punk ass, did y'all realize? Okay, so they ended the Jordan doc in '98 when Michael Jordan retired from the Bulls. Forgetting all about this motherfucker coming back and playing for the Wiz Kids in 03. So it was like,
I was going there later.
Which I understand because Jordan did have a hell of a lot of good games. He had quite a few 40-point games with them Wiz Kids. But that's old Grandpa Jordan barely getting up and down the court. But I thought they would at least have said something about it. Maybe made a reference to it. Them bitches ain't even better eye towards that damn Washington Wizards stint he had.
And that's important because it just shows you being the GOAT. It just shows you how much that basketball hunger after you retire, like you want it back.
How many years is that? What, like 4 or 5 years later? He's like, fuck it, I come back.
He still wants to come back and play. Like you don't see that out of like Brett Favre had it too, and like that's why Brett Favre is one of the GOATs.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because like when you're a GOAT, bro. It's kind of like when you play and you go through your season and everything, and you feel like you should retire or you should retire because that's the basis of like the time that normally other athletes retire or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like, but no, wait, I still got that hunger. I still have shit left in the tank. That's GOAT mentality. That's GOAT shit. They're like a lot of other GOATs don't have anything left in their tank, and they just give it all that they have until whatever like they thought they were finished. But like that's GOAT mentality. That's GOAT shit.
Even Jordan at the end of the Jordan doc and whenever he retired from the Bulls for the last time, he was talking about, if you watch the documentary, when they asked him, he was like, man, I think we could have came back and got 7. Because they asked him, like, how you feel about retiring, at the height of your career. He's like,
I forget.
I did a lot, but I could have did more. I feel like I could have did more. I was still the best player in the league. I was still as dominant as I was in 91 as I was in 98. And I feel like we could have came back and won another one. But then they also addressed the owner. What is it?
Reinsdorf?
Whatever. Some weird shit.
Yeah.
He was like, it was time for a rebuild period. They weren't going to sign again. Jordan was like, everybody would have signed for a 1-year contract. Dennis would have signed. Steve Kerr would have signed. I would have signed. And Pip definitely would have signed.
You can't sit there and tell me it was a problem.
Even along with Phil Jackson. He would have signed for 1 year just to make one last run. Just one single run at the title.
And it's crazy because I remember listening to that, and they also said they were like, Reinsdorf or whatever his name is, was saying that like, to be able to have to pay all of those guys what they were worth was impossible. Which I see, like how I see it, that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah,
because
that's an excuse.
If you ask them individually, I guarantee you they wouldn't care about like that much about how much they're getting paid. If especially the camaraderie they had together and like what they accomplished together. Like they're not worried about individual salaries at that point. So you can't sell me on that like they really are into like, oh, we wouldn't be able to pay them as much as they're really worth. Like, no, it's different when it comes to like a team that won 6 championships. Like that's different. But like I could see how that could be a thing to think about when you're a team that's, let's see, not rebuilding, but like a team that's just kind of like in the mix of things. And like, oh, I don't think that'll work out because like we have to pay this much for this player. Like that's different than a team that just won all these championships and like that's
a team that's at the top.
Yeah. And a team that's buying in. It really comes down to buying in as an individual. And I'm pretty sure all of those individuals on that Bulls team were buying in to a championship.
At least one more year. Yeah. Like it wasn't like you had to sign a multiple year deal. It was literally just one more year. Mm-hmm. But I mean, you want to go ahead and touch in on that Russell nigga, man, because he thought he swore up and down he could check MJ. MJ done hit multiple game winning jumpers on him, so I'll let you get in on him. I ain't got nothing nice to say.
So in the documentary, his last name Russell. I don't even remember his first name. That's how you know how much we respect him.
Zero.
So the Russell nigga that thought that he could guard Jordan.
Talking all that shit.
Michael said that he saw him at it was like a baseball game or something, a game that wasn't even, it was not even connected with NBA basketball.
No relation.
But he found him and then like Russell was saying like, oh, you know I can guard you, bruh. Like, you're nothing, basically. And of course, you know Jordan. All of us knowing Michael Jordan. I hope you know Jordan, the person that's viewing this pod.
Scratch that name down in the pad. Russell.
But if you don't, he literally did. Scratch his name in the pad and was like, yeah, he's on my list. And Russell, so I mean, during the regular season, gave him the buckets. Russell was like, okay, yeah, he's real. And then come game 6, guess who's guarding him on the last shot to win the game?
The last shot, and arguably the greatest NBA play you'll ever see. So if you guys have not seen it, type in Michael Jordan's last shot with the Chicago Bulls 1998 finals. And they say it's a push-off, but they gave the explanation in the Jordan doc. If you watch the video when Jordan was going right and he pulled it back, Russell was already stumbling. Jordan's hand just was on his leg. He didn't push him forward.
Touched him.
He was already stumbling forward. So regardless if Jordan had his
momentum
hand on the leg or not, he was going to stumble forward and make it seem like Jordan pushed him. And then Jordan pulls up, hits the jumper, and holds that follow through. Game over.
He already knew it was in, man. Like that's different too. Like GOATs, when they shoot the ball and they already know when it's in, that's already GOAT mentality. Like I've been on this GOAT mentality. I've been drinking. I'm sorry, y'all. But like I've been on that GOAT mentality shit for like the past 2 pods. But like it makes sense.
It is.
So it's like you got GOAT mentality where you can just sit there and hold your follow through and know that's in.
Exactly.
The same thing with Gilbert Arenas, my favorite basketball player of all time. I try to model my game after Gilbert Arenas. Agent Zero, if y'all don't know, y'all should go ahead and look up some highlights for him. But like,
killer.
Yeah,
he's savage.
Hibachi. You know, he gets hot fast and like he doesn't miss. But besides that,
that's my favorite.
Besides that, the Jordan document really went ahead and like, what's the word? Portrayed all of those different ways Kobe. All those different ways Jordan could beat you. And it wasn't just scoring either, because I mean he was a great passer too, and he was a great team player, and that took the coach to put that, ingrain that into his head. It's like, oh, Jordan, have you forgot? Like, you don't have to win it all by yourself. You have 4 other guys with you.
Exactly.
And like he would drive, and like everything would be geared towards him, and it's like you kick out. That's assist money. I be doing this shit on 2K.
And not only that, he was also Defensive Player of the Year multiple times over. First team all defense multiple times over. So it's like not only would he give you buckets on one end, he would strap your ass down on the other end, put you in the seatbelt, make sure you're safe.
Real shit.
But we gonna go ahead, we got another little ad for you. So check me out. Ladies and gentlemen, summertime is coming up, and regardless if you got a house, apartment, or townhouse, there's a bush out somewhere that needs to be trimmed. So let's take this into effect. Manscaped is here to help you trim your body bush. Men, I don't know this.
Get that shit
just
right.
basically because I'm a virgin. But from what I heard, most ladies enjoy a man with a trimmed bush, a shaved bush. They like it down to the skin. You know, maybe sometimes, you know.
That's what we heard.
Just keep it bald like
an eagle. That's what we heard.
And sure, it's Manscaped that sponsors this podcast, and man is in front of Scape. But women, you guys can use it too, and you can get your very own trimmer at manscaped.com, and they have state-of-the-art technology when it comes to this trimming shit. So men, you ain't got to nick your balls. You know when you nick your sack, man, that bitch get to leaking, and that motherfucker don't stop for a little while. So go ahead, trim your shit up. It's got the little LED lights on it. Well, I think it's called the Lawnmower 3.0. Check that shit out. Manscaped.com. They got ball deodorant. They got crop preserver. All that. Check out manscaped.com.
I'm pretty sure she'd love that shit, bro. Like, I'm a virgin, so I don't know how that shit work. But, like, at the same time, like, she would love that shit,
Well,
bro.
my man J. Cole said, he said, I ain't been in pussy since the day I came out one.
Love it.
I ain't been in pussy since the day I came out one.
Love your mothers.
Check me out. Got the LED light, so you can do it in the dark. You can do it with the light on. You can do it in the shower because it's waterproof. So, fellas, manscaped.com/BackOfTheBus pod. Get your shit today. Support the pod. Support all that shit. Trim your motherfucking sack, fellas, because don't nobody want to see no dirty-ass body bush in the motherfucking front of your piece. Just like don't nobody want to see no untrimmed bush this summer in front of your fucking crib.
Shape that shit up.
Shape
as
it up.
Much as you want it, you don't want your hair cut, you want your dick cut, nigga.
Exactly.
Right?
Kinda.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. let's get into the last segment right now, man. We got the keeping it real segment.
Keeping it real, baby.
And this is what everybody should listen to. Keeping it real. This week we got a strong quote that I came up with. I take very I take a lot of credit for this because I thought of it myself. So, the quote is, "We want you all to be motivational, but not detrimental." Right?
Dang.
And I'm gonna unfold that for a little bit. So, like, detrimental, the definition they say for detrimental, that means like you don't want to trend or cause harm. So don't trend or cause harm. Just make sure you're doing anything you can to motivate anyone around you. And I'm trying to tell you, once you do that, that's just already gonna make you not necessarily just a likable person. It's just gonna build your own like self-esteem. It's gonna build your own like shit.
Your own
with
character.
Yourself. Yeah, your own character. Thank you. That's
and
what I was trying to look
another
for.
thing with the motivational side of it, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of shit that's gonna happen in your life. We done touched on this already, before. But you can use anything for motivation, whether it's the good or the bad. Don't always just look for something good or, something positive to be motivational to you. Go ahead and take all that pain, all that hurt, regardless of what you see, what you feel. Because some people fall into depression or they fall into sadness because their feelings is hurt or something happened to them where they lost somebody that meant a lot to them. Use that shit as motivation. Use that shit to get better, because if you don't do that, that doubt gonna creep in, that detrimental shit gonna creep in. So use all that motivation, or use all that bad shit that happens to you as motivation. Because, you can either go left or you can go right. And we want you to go the motherfucking right way. We want you to be happy. We want you to be successful. We want you to be motivated. And we want you to keep pushing forward. Because, it's a lot of shit that this beautiful fucking life that we got gonna throw at you. Good and bad. And it's all about how you use it at the end of the day.
Exactly. So also with that, this is kind of like the ones that's like trending to cause harm. We think about like, let's say, you got haters, right? You got haters that want what you got. And you also got the haters that are like, yeah, I want what they got. But at the same time, like, yeah, I'm gonna do anything that I can to diminish what they have.
instead of doing what the fuck they supposed to
Exactly. So like if you come in contact with those type of people, which like they're horrible people.
Unfortunately,
yeah.
they are.
Obviously we're gonna disconnect from those people. But at the same time, like you also have to get rid of that self-doubt. If you got self-doubt that's like telling you, oh, I'm not as good to do this, I'm not as good to do that. Fuck that. You're good to do anything you want to, you set your mind to. If you want to do something, why not learn and try to do it? Like I told myself earlier, I'm gonna sit there and try to fucking learn guitar. I've been looking into like YouTube videos, doing all type of different shit to like go into learning guitar. Like that's something like I have no idea what I should even start with, but like go ahead and do it, right? Even this podcast, me and Mike, we had no idea what the fuck we're doing with this podcast. But at the same time, fuck it, we're just gonna take it and go with it and see what happens, right?
Exactly. Like we literally were sitting at the table one day and we're like, man, we should do a podcast. We pulled out a camera, sat down, shot a pilot, had no script, no notes, no anything to go off of, and it was pretty damn good. And then here we are, episode 4?
This is 4, yep.
Exactly.
And to let y'all know, we don't edit, we don't sit there and cut shit out. Like as soon as we start talking, nothing is edited out.
Exactly.
And that's what makes it authentic. So like what y'all hear is what's coming from us, and we don't give a fuck.
It's basically live. It's not live because we know we add a little bit of music here and there. So I mean, basically what you get in all this shit that we did, ain't no cutting it out, ain't no pauses, no cut, no nothing. It's us just keeping it real with you. The only way we can keep it, always and forever, dog.
It's the best way to do it, right?
And then, you know, we gonna right here, we gonna put a little video in here for y'all though. So I guess it might be a little bit of editing, but it ain't stopping us from doing what we doing. We gonna slide y'all a little video from my boy.
Audio.
Little audio. Okay, excuse me. It's from a video from my man, Uncle Chael. It should be on there. So gang.
Hell yeah! Listen to this and see what y'all.
When doubt seeps in, you got 2 roads. You can take either road. You can go to the left or you can go to the right. And believe me, you know, they'll tell you failure is not an option. That is ridiculous. Failure is always an option. Failure is the most readily available option at all times, but it's a choice. You can choose to fail, you can choose to succeed. And if we can plant seeds and let him know, move your feet, keep your hands up, stay off the bottom, that is the road to victory. Or self-doubt and negative talk, and that is the road to failure. But failure is always there, and it's okay to recognize that.
And we're back. So hopefully you guys got to see that audio. Listen to that audio. I mean, we on YouTube, so you could have watched it at the same time. It's probably gonna be a picture on there. But hey, here we are,
Whatever it is.
back in your lives again. The cool kids from the back of the goddamn bus. Send in your questions at the Back of the Bus Pod on IG. Monster Mike 10 on IG.
Hit me, Nino43 on IG, and that's the number 4, and you spell out 3. And that's on IG, that's on fucking Twitter.
On the
Just
Snappy.
hit me.
Just hit us. That's it. Send in your questions. We gonna shout y'all out. It don't even matter, dog. We gonna be here for y'all, man, because we enjoy doing this shit. And we gonna continue to do this shit regardless if y'all like it or not.
And we can be on the gram too. The Back of the Bus Pod. On the gram.
Hey, you know what?
Hit us.
We ain't got the only 2 people we follow right now is me and Nino over here. Y'all motherfuckers start following us, man. Y'all shout us out. We gonna start following everybody back at the Back of the Bus Pod, and we gonna be shouting motherfuckers out. So go ahead, take initiative, get behind it, because we gonna be behind y'all at the same time. And guess what? We gonna go to the top, and we gonna bring y'all with us because y'all sitting on the back of the bus with your boys.
And who at the back of the bus? The cool kids. So let's
cool
fucking
kids.
get it.
Let's go.
So be a cool kid and join us at the back of the fucking bus.
And this gonna be our sign off again. Monster Mike 10, baby.
Nino for 3.
The Back of the Bus pod.